By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Premier Building Maintenance, delivering service with pride. By Trilite, dream big with Gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family-owned and operated, coffee fueling the Burt Tarr Stadium press box. And by the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Let's head back to the arena and the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Back at Goodman Gymnasium, where Carson-Newman collects a 14th win of the 2025-26 season by defeating Catawba by a final score of 101-73. Great performance by the Lady Eagles to collect a fourth straight victory to improve to 14-4 and 10-2 in South Atlantic Conference play this season. This is the Domino's post-game report, Eagle fans. Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Whether you're a student looking for a late-night snack or maybe just out to eat with your coworkers, Domino's has a deal for you. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your Carson-Newman ID, or you can get 25% off your entire order when you bring in your business card at lunch. Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Great performance, and Carson-Newman continues to score the ball well in the month of January. It entered the day averaging 88 points per game this month. Well, that number's going to tick up because they hit the century mark for the second time this year to win 101-73 over Catawba. It's the fourth largest margin of victory in the series with the Indians that dates back 36 seasons. And it's the first time the Indians have given up 100 points or more at home since Wingate scored 101 points during the 1988 season. A great performance by the Lady Eagles here on the road to collect win 40 all-time against the Indians in their fourth straight in the series as well. Carson-Newman continues to score well. As we said, this is another 50% shooting day. Carson-Newman shoots 54.1, sorry. And that is the fifth time this year. Mike Mincy's team has shot 50% or better. It's the 85th time in his tenure they have shot 50% or better as well. They continue to win when out shooting opponents. That is win 12 this year when shooting a higher percentage than the opponent, and also the team's sixth victory by 20 or more this season. Jen Sullivan goes for 28 points. Ninth time this year she hits at least 20 points in a game. She makes 5 three-pointers as well, and slowly but surely is climbing the three-point charts in program history. With 5 made threes today, she is now 13th all-time with 111 career threes and is just 18 away from the top 10 in just 2 seasons with the Lady Eagles. Carly Hayworth resets her career high for the third time this year, and for the second time this month. She goes for 18 on 6 of 7 shooting and 5 of 6 shooting from three-point range. Maddie Knuckles quietly is the third Lady Eagle with double figures. She goes for 16 points on 6 of 10 shooting and grabs 6 rebounds as well. And Sybil Penland is the final player in double figures, and she is also today's premier player of the game. Sybil Penland, a career-high 10 points, first career double-digit scoring day. She grabs 8 rebounds as well, 5 of which were on the offensive side to lead Carson-Newman in this game. To go along with those 10 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Sybil Penland is today's premier player of the game. She was a plus 20 on the floor in her 16 minutes of play. She is our premier player of the game. Excellence doesn't happen by accident. The premier team delivers service with pride. Our AEC electrifying play of today's game goes to Carly Hayworth. She buried back-to-back threes in the final minute of the first quarter to help Carson-Newman get out to a double-digit lead, and a double-digit lead that eventually into the early parts of the second quarter it would not relinquish. Carly Hayworth's back-to-back threes late in the first quarter are part of our AEC electrifying play of today's game. AEC, after all, you're not just a utility customer, you are a co-op member. So career days from Penland and Carly Hayworth to go along with Another quality day from Jen Sullivan and Maddie Knuckles to make up for the 101 points. Another great performance came from someone not in double figures. Keely Rogers leads the team when rebounding with 13 and also dished out 6 assists to lead the Lady Eagles. 7 points, 6 assists, 13 rebounds. A vintage Keely Rogers performance. Her third time this year. She has 6 assists in a game, 2 shy of her career high. Emily Gonzalez contributed 9 points as well. Catawba was led by Mary Spry. She scores 29 points in defeat, made 11 of her 12 foul shots in this game as well. Carson-Newman had its way on the glass against the Indians, plus 22, 49-27. The discrepancy on the glass and a 16-6 advantage on the offensive glass as well. And those 16 offensive rebounds led to 23 second-chance points in this basketball game. It's the most second-chance points by the Lady Eagles in a game this season. Final score from Goodman Arena. It's Carson-Newman 101 and Catawba 73. Carson-Newman's won 4 straight and has scored 100 points for the second time this season. It's a 28-point win here in Salisbury for Carson-Newman head coach Mike Mincy and his team. Domino's post-game report continues on as we take a look around the South Atlantic Conference. More games starting to get into action. All that and much more as we continue on and then get you set for Carson-Newman men's basketball's contest after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess energy toward the ground through the ground wire. AEC also offers surge devices for inside your home to defend against possible voltage spikes that could damage your electronics, appliances, or equipment. This service is affordable and dependable. Order today and enjoy no connection fee. AEC, we power what matters most.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
More player interviews and stats come your way in 60 seconds when the Domino's postgame report continues on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
All right, back courtside in Salisbury, North Carolina at Goodman Arena, where Carson-Newman has collected a 4th straight victory over Catawba, a 4th straight victory this season, and improving to 10-2 in sack play and 14-4 overall. We'll wrap up the Domino's post-game report here with a look around the South Atlantic Conference. Coker will maintain the tie for first place by collecting a 95-55 win over Tusculum. They win by 40 points and got a balanced effort in the contest to shoot 44%. And they scored 95 points and only made 2 3-point field goals. Good performance by the Cobras. They're also 10-2 with Carson-Newman in the South Atlantic Conference. The other big matchup of the day, Lenore-Rhine hosting Lincoln Memorial. The two other teams tied for first entering the day. The Bears have a 7-point lead, 36-29. at halftime of that contest. Abigail Brown has played all 20 minutes and has 16 points and 6 rebounds to lead the Bears in that game. Winner of that game joins Carson-Newman and Coker in a tie for first place. The loser drops to 4th place in the league. Elsewhere today, Anderson is hosting Emory and Henry, and Anderson out to a 7-point halftime lead thanks to a game-high 21 from Ciara Harris to go along with 4 steals and 6 rebounds. Early fourth quarter score, Mars Hill down 21 at Newberry. Newberry outscored the Lions by 18 in that third quarter, and they've opened up a 23-point lead now 2 minutes in to the fourth quarter. And the only other game on the docket today, it's a 4 o'clock start at Cuddy Arena between Wingate hosting UVA Wise. Once again, your final score here from Goodman Arena, it's Carson-Newman 101 and Catawba 73. The Lady Eagles have hit the century mark in scoring for the second time this year to improve to 14-4 and 10-2 in the league. Carson-Newman men's basketball has won back-to-back games and is trying to become the first team to win at Goodman Arena this season. Adam Cavalier gets you set for that contest with the AEC countdown to tip-off after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
2 defenders, chucks up a runner, and hits, count it, and 1.
We're getting you set for game day with a countdown to tip-off powered by the Appalachian Electric Cooperative.
A dagger for Nick! Nobody has made more threes in Division II history than Nick Brennigan.
Carson-Newman basketball is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By Fresh Ideas, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Premier Building Maintenance, delivering service with pride. By Tri-Light, dream big with Gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family-owned and operated, coffee fueling the Burt Tarr Stadium Press Box. And by the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Now, here's the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Greetings, salutations, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you courtside to Goodman Arena, where Carson-Newman is looking for its first win against the Catawba Indians in 6 tries. Eagles have lost 5 in a row to Catawba. Haven't won against the Indians since February 12th, 2022, and have lost 3 straight here inside of Goodman Gym, and they've all been pretty heinous. 4 of the last 5 on the streak for the Eagles have been by double digits, but it did follow a 4-game win streak for the Eagles in the series. So Carson-Newman hoping to break out of a slump against Catawba and keep some winning ways going here on the road. Eagles have won back-to-back games, as have the Indians. How it all shakes out, we check in with Chuck Benson. His pregame comments headed your way on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
An interview with head coach Chuck Benson heads your way in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Sabarijos, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Sabarijos is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner in the Health Sciences Building. Sabarijos features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Time to check in with the Eagles head coach. Here's Chuck Benson alongside the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Back on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off as we come to you today from Goodman Arena in Salisbury, North Carolina, where the cheer wine flows freely from the taps. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, second meeting with Catawba this season, and some odd happenstance with this one. You should have had about a 2-month gap between these games, but you replaced Catawba on the schedule early with Augusta. Instead, just a matter of weeks separate the last meetings. And you have the added little bit of fun of playing this game on 48 hours rest because what increasingly looks like just rain this weekend as opposed to the 2 feet of snow that was forecasted earlier in the week. How do those two odd pieces of happenstance shape this game?
Well, you know, if you think about it, it's very similar to last year when we played them, I think, twice in a matter of
weeks.
Yeah. So we've done that before with Catawba, this time by choice, so we could fit in our non-conference schedule the right way. Last year by design from the SAC office. So we're not really troubled by that. In fact, I sort of like it a little bit because they're fresh on our minds, and there's still there's nothing vague about that game. As far as the weather goes, it's clearly created some change, not only for our game with Catawba, but for every game in the SAC scheduled for this weekend. To my knowledge, everybody has shifted to Friday. It doesn't really impact our travel per se. I think it does create a little bit more challenge for the host. They're outside of their norms and outside of their routine. So maybe we'll come out of this with a slight edge going into the game due to the change, thanks to the weather.
You refer back to the last meeting, and the thing you have to talk about is rebounding, particularly Catawba's offensive rebounding. 24 offensive rebounds, a 22-2 edge, and second chance points. How do you impact their glasswork today?
Well, we know, man, that they play a game of margins. They are elite on the offensive boards, and they work really aggressively to turn you over and create more possessions. case in point, they play LR earlier this year and have 30 more shot attempts than LR, and that's a massive accomplishment. It really gives you wiggle room where you don't have as much pressure to be efficient offensively. So we know that we've got to really do a job. We've made some adjustments going into this game, hopefully to give our guys a little bit better chance on the defensive boards. But a lot of that comes back to just our physicality and our sort of fortitude. They're going to come up with some. They lead our conference to one of the best in the country. But we know that is the challenge ahead of us, and our guys have done a good job in a quick turnaround preparation. On the other side, man, we got to take care of the basketball. Our season average is at 14. We're averaging 19 turnovers against Catawba in our last 5 meetings, and we've just put it on our guys to be secure in the full court, especially in the red zone when we take the ball out underneath. And then on our simple entry passes in the half court, those are 2 specific areas we've got to do a better job this game.
Adam Cavalier alongside head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. You mentioned the turnovers. Felt like in the first meeting you had 19 of them, right at the average, but they weren't a good chunk of them were self-inflicted. Does that make it easier to course correct there?
Yes and no. Obviously, opponents can, if allowed, get into your head and create some imaginary dragons there that don't exist. But hopefully, as we've gone through this process, man, of sort of defining who this team is and evolving as individuals, really, to gain more confidence, even in a matter of just 2-3 weeks, I've seen growth in a positive direction. So I'm going into this game today with a lot of confidence that our guys actually will do a better job of securing the basketball.
Chuck, pleasure as always. Hopefully no imaginary dragons today and just a nice, calm walk with some puffy clouds, some nice cumulus stuff, and some green grass. Good luck.
Thanks, Kevin.
It's Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Does it for us on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off. Starters headed your way when we come back after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Don't go anywhere. Tip-off is next.
Trip Davis, marvelous, with the hands on one end and the guile to finish on the other.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network.
Power comes with not only having a voice, but knowing that it is heard. As part of an electric co-op, you're not just getting electricity, you're getting the power to have your voice heard and the opportunity to work together with your community to create a better tomorrow. Here, you're not just a customer, you're a member. AEC, empowering voices just like yours.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
This bounce feed inside, Browder right block through contact. He gets it to go.
Is Carson-Newman men's basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
To the cup, right hand leaner, rolls off front side. Jaws there for the tip. Ooze hit it. Ooze hit it. Carson-Newman celebrates.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, Fresh Ideas, by the Eagle Club, First Bank, by Magaha Electric, Inner Digital, by Food City, by the Eagle Shop, Tri-Life, by Premier Building Maintenance, by Modern Woodman Financial Planning, by the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen.
Now back to the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
We welcome you back courtside at Goodman Arena. Carson-Newman versus Catawba. The lights have gone off here in the facility for the introduction of Catawba's starting five. And let's go ahead and get you squared away with that. It's a little different from the first time these teams met, and that is because Chase Daniel is actually available. He did not play at all in the meeting in Holt Fieldhouse back on January 3rd. He and his twin brother Carson, both dynamic guards. Chase averages 7.5 points per game. Carson averages 6.5. And they're joined in the backcourt by a lengthy guard in Jordan Simpson, 6'5", 210 pounds, senior out of Orangeburg, South Carolina. Francis Marion transfer is averaging a team best 12.5 points per game, and he went for 26 in the meeting back on January 3rd on 6 of 16 shooting from beyond the arc. The forwards are Ibra Athey, 6'6" senior out of Cincinnati, and Justin Banks, a 6'7" senior out of Schaumburg, Illinois. Both of those guys average double figures. Carson-Newman utilizing who you would expect. Eagles, this is game number 18. This is game 17 with the starting lineup of Jack Browder, Rylan Houck, Braden Illick, Khalees Fry, and Matt Bilbray. Houck, Illick, and Fry combined for 48 in Carson-Newman's contest with Mars Hill, a win 48 hours ago on Wednesday night. Road blues for the Eagles, blue tops, blue shorts, white numbers trimmed in orange on the front and back of the jerseys. Carson-Newman written around the numerals in orange, trimmed in white on the front. Catawba has an odd little jersey. It's a big block C in the middle of the jersey, and then a teeny number in the bottom right corner. Tom Griffin would love these uniforms. They look like baseball jerseys. Big red numbers on the back of the jerseys for Catawba. Banks versus Illick for the jump. Nick Heater lobs the ball into the air. Banks wins the tip. And Catawba moves right to left to start out this game with the basketball. Left corner for Banks. Baseline drive into Fry. Kick out right corner for Carson Daniel. He measures a three and swishes it. Carson Daniel off of a flyby hits his 17th three of his career. Catawba has a 3-0 lead, 25 seconds in. Eagles bring it left to right. Bilbray attacks the basket all the way to the hole. Reverse layup. Rolls off right side. Had a good look at it. Ibra Athey cleans up the miss on the right block. And the Indians bring it right to left. Athey down the left side of the paint. Takes it up. Missed it well strong off the backboard. Fry defended him well. Browder the rebound. Up the right sideline to Houck. Houck leaps. Hits Illick left wing. Extra pass Bilbray left corner. Cut off by Simpson. Eagles reset with Illick left wing. And out to Browder. Between the circles, Athey defends him man-to-man. 15 to shoot. Fry. Right wing, right baseline drive, cut off, kicks Browder right wing. Browder, hand in his face, fires a triple. It's off the right of the rim. Jordan Simpson pulls in the rebound for the Indians. Catawba front court. Daniel drive, dish, left baseline, Banks. Back to the basket on Jack Browder. Right hand dribbles, sends it out to Chase Daniel, head of the key. Daniel spins into the lane. Flips it out to his twin brother Carson, right wing, 12 to shoot. Carson, he's got the white headband on. Drives inside, layup. Off the underside of the backboard, and he draws a foul. Carson Daniel initiates the contact. And the foul goes on Rylan Houck, his first. First on the Eagles. Two free throws here for Daniel. He misses the first. So Daniel misfires the first free throw. Couple dribbles, bends the knees, sends the second one up, and he connects on it. First 4 points have gone in favor of Catawba in this one. 4-0 Indians, 90 seconds in. Eagles have started 0 of 2 from the field. Bilbray, head of the key, harassed by Banks, sends it over to Houck right wing. Houck out to Bilbray up top. Daniel on him. Bilbray, crossover dribble to the left hand. Chase Daniel pressures him. Bilbray, baseball pass into the right corner. Houck bobbles, drives baseline, gets to the cup, misfires the layup. Browder, offensive rebound, stick back, falls in. Jack Browder's stick-to-itiveness gives the Eagles their first points. 4-2, Indians by 2. 17:55 to go in the first half. Daniel onto the offensive end. Chase pivots around and flips it to Banks at the top of the key. Banks, one dribble, hands off Jordan Simpson. Back to Banks' left elbow. Sends it left wing, Carson Daniel. Bounce feed, Banks left baseline, 7-6. Banks steps back, shoots a 17-foot 2, and swishes it. Catawba 6, Carson-Newman 2, 17:32 to play in the first half. Indians a 2 of 3 start from the field. Eagles with it on the offensive end. Hillick, right wing, hands off Jack Browder, slips into the right corner. Rylan Houck, he measures a 3 and connects. Rylan Houck drills Carson-Newman's first 3 of the day. Eagles within 1, 6-5, 17:09 to play in the first half. Indians with it front court. Banks free throw line. Left hand dribble, hand off left wing, Carson Daniel. Back to Chase right wing. Chase moseys inside, Euros. Jack Browder went for the tie-up and gets called for a foul if he's in the act of shooting. First on Browder, second on the Eagles. They do say 2 shots for the Daniel twin, Chase. Catawba's so good at getting on the offensive glass. 11th nationally with 15 offensive rebounds per game. As Daniel calmly nails the first free throw. He'll shoot one more. Second one's up. It too is good. So a 2 of 2 trip. Catawba's back on top by 3. Catawba sets up the full court press, but Browder breaks it, gets it into the right corner for an Illick 3. Illick airballs it. Maybe grazed the front of the rim. Regardless, Chase Daniel has the rebound. Catawba keeps the Eagles to 1. And the Indians are onto the offensive end. Right baseline. Affey has it kicked off his shoe top out of bounds. It's to Carson-Newman. First turnover of the day for either team. The ball back to the Eagles. 8-5, Catawba by 3. Indians have led by as many as 4 here in the early going. Carson-Newman 2 of 6 to start from the field. Indians are 2 of 3, but they're 3 of 4 at the line. Screen and roll action, Bilbray and Fry. Bilbray at the free throw line. Kicks it back out to the right wing. Houck back to Bilbray in the right corner. Steps left, fires a triple. It's online but strong. Rebound grab by Daniel on the right side of the lane. And the Indians push tempo front court. Chase Daniel, left wing, 2 passes, left corner, Banks. Baseline drive cut off by Houck. Twirls. The pass is off of Bilbray's cranium. And a deflection into the backcourt picked up by Carson Daniel. Indians reset with 12 to shoot. Carson Daniel lobs to Banks' left block. Backs down Houck. Bilbray provides help defense but reaches in. First personal on Bilbray, third on the Eagles. Brings us to a break in the action. 15:49 to play in the first half. Catawba an early lead, 8-5 on Carson-Newman. Eagles just 2 of 7 from the field, but within a triple. They're taking good care of the ball through the opening 4 minutes. Back after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
8-5, Catawba leads Carson-Newman. Eagles are just 2 of 7 from the field, but 2 major points from the first meeting. Eagles have taken care of well in this first stretch. 1, Catawba doesn't have an offensive rebound. 2, Carson-Newman doesn't have a turnover. Those were the 2 big issues for the Eagles in a meeting in Jefferson City, and thus far, Carson-Newman has taken care of them. Indians basketball on the other side of the break. Daniel with it right point. Zips it to the free throw line for Solomon Tucker. Back out to Daniel, right corner. Drives on Browder, fades from 15. That is a tough shot, and he sinks it. 10-5, Indians with their biggest lead of the early going. 15:30 to play in the first half. Illick dribbles inside, dish out Bilbray, right point. High hand there for the Indians. McDuffie, high-low pass deflected away. There is the first turnover for Carson-Newman. Solomon Tucker comes away with it on the right wing. Indians onto the offensive end, looking to extend this 10-5 lead. Tucker down the left side of the paint, gets it to Daniel, head of the key. Slips it to his twin brother Carson in the right corner. His three's airballed into Bilbray's hands on the left block. Bilbray onto the offensive end. Hauk, left wing. He dials long distance and connects. Rylan Hauk has a pair of triples for the Eagles. He has 6 points, and Carson-Newman's down 2. 10-8 with 14:50 to play in the first half. That stops a 2-minute and change scoring drought for the Eagles. Drive on the right side of the lane by McDuffie into Fry, and he finishes through contact over the outstretched hand of Fry. 12-8, Indians by 4, 14:35 to play first half. Eagles front court. Browder, bounce feed inside for Fry. It's off his left hand and into the arms of Zion McDuffie. 2 turnovers in the last 3 possessions for the Eagles. Catawba brings it front court, leading by 4. McDuffie off to the left point, Chase Daniel. Right around a McDuffie screen, swings it to his twin brother Carson, right wing. Carson back to Chase, right wing. Points to a spot, gets a screen from Tucker, moves left around it. Browder sinks under it, defends the free throw line jumper well, and Fry tips the rebound over to Braden Illick. His pass into the corner deflected out of bounds by Zion McDuffie, and it's Carson-Newman ball. Eagle fans, AEC is your local electric co-op service you can trust and value, you can depend on. Powering Mossy Creek, we are AEC, powering what matters most. And a reminder, Eagle fans, that Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. So when you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Large one-topping pies are $6.99 with your Carson-Newman ID. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Inbounds from Jack Browder is deflected out of bounds by Chase Daniel. A second off the shot clock. Still Eagle ball. Browder inbounding near sideline in the backcourt to Rylan Hauk, who's trapped. Gets it to Browder. Hastens a long pass up to Bilbray, left wing. Extra one into the left corner. Here's a 3 from Uosis. Toilet bowls out left side. Botts scrapping for the rebound. And a loose ball foul as Botts and Le'Veon Lindsay collide. It's on Botts. It's his first, team's 4th. 13:48 to go first half. Catawba 12, Carson-Newman 8. Indians 57% from the field. Eagles 38%. 2 of 5, though, from beyond the arc. That's helped the cause for the Eagles. Out of the key, Lindsay. Swings it left wing, Daniel. Chase hands off to Jordan Simpson, left point. Rockets it left corner for Lindsay. Hop step into the lane. Lindsay's teardrop won't go down. Rebound tipped into the left corner. Here's a fall-away 3. Simpson toilet bowls it out. Uosis crashes the glass left baseline, and the Eagles bring it left to right after getting the stop. Down by 4 with 13:14 to go first half. Bilbray loose with it at the top of the key. It's stolen. 3rd turnover for the Eagles. Off to the races goes Chase Daniel, who lays it in with a finger roll. Biggest lead of the day for the Indians at 6, 14-8, 12:59 to go in the first half. Botts across the timeline, picks up his dribble, sends it to Bilbray, right wing. Bilbray drives inside, drop step, tries to find Browder, chucks it into traffic. Daniel steals it. 4th turnover for the Eagles in the last 3 minutes. Indians front court. Lindsay around to Daniel, left wing. He tries a triple. Front of the 10, no good. Uosis seals off Tucker for the rebound, and the Eagles push tempo left to right. Hauk out of sorts, lost the handle on it. Loose ball into the right corner. It's on the ground. There's a pile for it. Possession arrow favors Carson-Newman, and it's still Eagle basketball. Matt Bilbray exits after 3 turnovers in the last 3 minutes. Rylan Hauk is also out. So you got Illick, Botts, Brown, Uosis, and Browder on the floor for Carson-Newman. Eagles haven't scored in 2.5 minutes since the Hauk 3. They're down 6, 14-8 with 12:26 to play in the first half. Eagles with the ball. Illick, right wing. Whirls around into the lane. Illick drop step, right hand hook, got fouled. Zion McDuffie with the harm. That's his first. The first on the Indians. 2 free throws for Braden Illick to try to break this 2.5-minute scoring drought. Eagle fans, Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals that the Lakeway region has to offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen, the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Illick shorted the first free throw off the front of the 10, so the drought continues for Carson-Newman. One more free throw for Illick. Hoists it up and swishes it. 9-point lead, or 9 points for Carson-Newman. 5-point lead for the Indians. 14-9 with 12:13 to play in the first half. Catawba with it on the offensive end. McDuffie in the lane, backing down Uosis. Twists and kicks to Simpson. NBA range 3 from the head of the key. Left it short. Uosis rises up to grab his 3rd rebound. And the Eagles bring it left to right. Browder to the left wing, front court. He got back tapped by Simpson, but it's out of bounds and stays with Carson-Newman. 11:52 to play in the first half. Catawba 14, Carson-Newman 9. Eagles hanging within a couple possessions in spite of no field goals in the last 3 minutes. Carson-Newman just 3 of 9 from the field. We're back to Goodman Arena after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
11:52 to play in the first half. 14-9. Catawba leads Carson-Newman. Indians have gotten a little bit of separation after 4 Eagle turnovers in the last 4 minutes between the last 2 media timeouts. But Catawba only capitalized on one of them. Eagles have done a good job limiting Catawba's offensive glass work, and that's why the Eagles are only down 5 right now. Colin Brown with the ball left wing. He drives inside on Simpson. Left-hand teardrop. Rolls out. Uosis pops the rebound up to Caden Botts, who finishes with the right hand from the right side. Second chance points for Carson-Newman. Pull the Eagles within 3. First made field goal for Carson-Newman in the last 3 minutes. 14-11. Catawba by a triple. Indians with the ball on the offensive end. Simpson, right wing, takes a long 2. Missed it off the front of the 10 and then got clipped on his leg by Colin Brown as he landed. Picks up his first, team's 5th. So 2 free throws for Jordan Simpson, who's an automatic 87% this season, but hasn't shot a ton of them. 13 of 15 at the line on the year. Pause, shot, Simpson swishes it. First points for Simpson after he had 26 in the meeting in Holt back on January 3rd. 15-11, Indians by 4 points, looking to stretch it out to 5. Led by as many as 6 here in the early going. Second one's on the way, and it too is true. 5-point lead for Catawba, 16-11. 11:25 to play in the first half. Daniel with full court pressure on Colin Brown, who brings it across the timeline right side and gets it to Botts in the right corner. Botts pivoting around, attacks the basket, his layup blocked. Botts got his own miss, but then was stripped by Ibraathy. Indians the rebound and running, ahead by 5. Head of the key for Jacob Bryant. Bryant measures a left point 3, back of the 10, no good. Uosis seizes the rebound in the middle of the lane, and the Eagles float it left to right. Browder gets north-south into the lane, lays it up, and gets called for an offensive foul. Second personal on Jack Browder. Decision time for Chuck Benson. That's the 6th team foul on the Eagles. Jack Browder is headed for the bench. The league's leading scorer has 2 points on 2 shot attempts. Jack Browder pleading that it should have been a blocking foul to no avail. And Browder will stay on the floor with 2 fouls, so he will have to play very carefully. That is the impact that Jack Browder has, that Chuck Benson's willing to risk a third personal. Traveling called on Jordan Simpson as he gets a pass at the top of the key. That's Catawba's second turnover. And the ball back to the Eagles, down 5, 16-11. With 10:45 to go in the first half. Both these teams shooting below 40%. Catawba, though, 5 of 6 at the line. That's the difference. Eagles with the ball front court. Bilbray back into the game, defended tightly by Daniel. Bilbray, head of the key, thought about the step back 3, instead picks up his dribble, gets it to Browder left corner. Browder back to Bilbray left wing. Bilbray drives on Daniel and draws a foul. Hand check on Chase Daniel, his first. Second on the Indians. 16-11, Catawba the lead. Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. It's located in the MSAC Grand Hall. The Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. Visit them online at eagleshop.cn.edu. Illick with the ball on the right wing, hands off Rylan Houck. Houck cuts into the paint, pulls up with the right-hand teardrop, rolls off front side. Fry had the offensive rebound, but lost it to Justin Banks. And the Indians bring it right to left. They haven't scored a shot from the field in nearly 3 minutes. Eagles down 5. Left wing, Ibraathy cuts it out to the right corner for Sean Long. Back to Athy, right of the paint. 8 to shoot. Banks, high post, free throw line jumper, misfired from 16. Daniel grabs a tipped offensive rebound on the left baseline, resets it to Simpson in the left corner. Browder defends him with 2 fouls. Simpson fires a 3 with a hand in his face. That's off the mark. Offensive board by Daniel. Cuts the cup. Layup off the mark. Illick the rebound. Illick outlets it up the right sideline to Houck. 3-on-1. Houck into the left corner. Browder, transition 3. Browder left it long. Rebound poked by Long out to the head of the key where Banks corrals it for Catawba. Indians haven't made a shot in 3.5 minutes. Eagles haven't scored in 2 minutes. It's a 16-11 lead for Catawba with 9:13 to go in the first half. Indians front court. Banks muscling inside on Illick. Fades. Barely draws iron. Offensive foul on Catawba. A shove off on Ibraathy going for the rebound is his first. The third on the Indians. We've been mired in the offensive doldrums now for 2.5 minutes. Neither team has scored in that stretch. Eagles are 4 of 14 from the field. Catawba 5 of 16. Indians 0 of their last 7. The Eagles get the ball front court. Looking to cut into this 5-point deficit. Illick left elbow. Backdoor cut for Browder to the basket. Browder fouled on a right-handed dunk attempt. He shoots 2. Browder got clubbed on the dome as he ran the left baseline for a right-hand slam and earns 2 free throws after the foul on Banks. Banks first, the 4th on the Indians. Jack Browder looking to get back into the scoring column. League's leading scorer only has 2. Make it 3 as he calmly connects on the first. First points for either team in more than 2.5 minutes. The first for the Eagles in nearly 3. Down by 4, looking to make it a 3-point game. Browder does. He has 4 points. 16-13, Indians. 8:48 to go in the first half. Catawba works it right to left. Carson Daniel between the rings, off to the left point for Affey. Affey, left-hand dribble on, Fry backs it out to Carson Daniel up top, slips back to Affey, free throw line jumper, good from 15. First bucket for Catawba in 2.5 minutes, stops an 0-of-7 streak from the field. Indians back on top by 5, 18-13, 8:23 to play in the first half. Eagles onto the offensive end. Browder, drive, dish, Bilbray, right corner. Bilbray peels it out to the right wing as Banks defends him. Lobs to Illick at the top of the key. 12 to shoot. Illick faces the basket. One right-hand dribble. Lobs it to Browder, right block. 7 and 6. Browder, one left-hand dribble for Fry, left block. Leans in, connects off glass over top of Banks on the left side. 18-15. Eagles down 3. Down inside goes Lindsey. He misses the left-hand leaner. Illick the rebound. Houck outlets it to Bilbray, coasting the cut for a right-hand finger roll. 4 quick points for Carson-Newman. Eagles are down 1. 18-17 with 7:39 to play in the first half. Catawba with it front court. Sean Long over to the right side of the paint. Pass deflected out of bounds by Browder. It stays with Catawba. 7:29 to play in the first half. Catawba 18. Carson-Newman 17 in a defensive slugfest. Eagles 38%. Catawba 32% from the field. Defense and rebounding carrying the day for both of these teams here in the early going. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
7:29 to go in the first half. Catawba 18, Carson-Newman 17. These teams suffered through a near 3-minute scoring drought. It has been a defensive slugfest here in the early going. Neither team shooting better than 38% from the field. And it's Catawba's basketball out of the break, with Daniel inbounding to Affey for a left baseline jumper, and he cans the 15-footer. Affey has 4, all scored from the mid-range, and it's back to a 3-point Catawba lead. 20-17 with 7:18 to go in the first half. Eagles on the offensive end. Illick, right wing with the rock, defended tightly by Catawba's pressure man. Illick hands off to Bilbray, back to Illick, right block, plumps, reverse layup, left it short. Uosis got a paw to it, but it's controlled by Catawba and Jay-Sean Hawkins. Indians with numbers the other way. Hawkins attached the basket, missed it, but Solomon Tucker didn't miss. He throws it down for Catawba's first second chance points of the day on the tip drill slam. 4 in a row for the Indians. They're back up 5. 22-17 with 6:44 to go in the first half. Eagles front court. Bilbray twirling around in the middle of the lane, and the whirling dervish connects on a fall-away 6-foot J. Matt Bilbray has 4 points. Eagles down 3. 22-19. 6:30 to play in the first half. Catawba on the offensive end. Daniel head of the key. Bounces it to Tucker, right block. Tucker kicks into the corner for Affey. Drives baseline on Uosis. Drops it off for Tucker, left block. He's blocked by Browder. Tucker keeps it alive, but tips it out of bounds. It's Carson-Newman ball. Brave moments there. I think it was Browder who had the rejection. He's playing with 2 personals. Chuck Benson violating a fairly sacrosanct rule for him and playing a player, granted the league's leading scorer, with 2 fouls in the first half. Crowder, right wing with the rock. Dribbles in on Tucker, gets to the left block, hits Bilbray cutting left baseline, peels it out into the right corner, 10 to shoot. Bilbray, crossover dribble, pulls the string on a three. It's blocked by Lindsay on the right wing. Lindsay comes away with it. Indians front court. Athey in the left corner. Zips it Tucker ahead of the key. Long two, thuds off the back iron. Bilbray shuffles down to the left block to grab the rebound and races front court. Bilbray stops at the right elbow, gets it to Yosis right wing, out to Hauk out of the key. Drops it off for Illick left elbow. Illick bounce feed, Yosis cutting to the cup. Left hand finger roll, flips it in. First points for Ivoris Yosis. Eagles down one. 22-21 with 5:15 to go in the first half. The Catawba team that's receiving votes in the NABC Coaches Poll. Out of the key, Hawkins long two, clanks off the right iron. Browder's there for his third rebound. And the Eagles bring it left to right. Browder, right wing, drives on Athey, right block, stops, pivots, passes out Yosis right corner. Flips it to Illick right point. Illick one left hand dribble, chest pass left wing. Bilbray defense sags off. He shoots a three. It's off the mark to the right iron. Athey rises up to pull in his second rebound. And Catawba brings it right to left ahead by one. Athey, left of the paint, Illick defends him. Athey drives inside, drops the shoulder, right hand hook, won't fall. Rebound pings around. Bilbray races to the head of the key to grab it. Bilbray into the front court. Lobs to Yosis left corner. Bounce feed inside, Hauk left block. Hauk turns, lays, and hits for the lead. Around Lindsay, timeout Catawba. 6 in a row for Carson-Newman. Indians haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. And the Eagles are in front for the first time today, 23-22. 4:20 to play in the first half. Carson-Newman 23, Catawba 22. 6 straight for the Eagles here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
4:20 to play in the first half. Carson-Newman has responded with the first run of the day for either team. 6 in a row for the Eagles, for them to grab their first lead at 23-22. Catawba hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. Indians shooting 31% from the field. Carson-Newman has limited Catawba to 2 second chance points and just 4 offensive rebounds. Simpson left elbow fires a 15-footer. He swishes it to stop the scoring swoon for the Indians at 2.5 minutes. Puts them back in front 24-23 at the 4-minute mark in the first half. Eagles move it left to right. Browder, left wing, handoff for Yosis. Out to Bilbray at the top of the key. Crossover to the left hand, stops, slips Hauk right corner. Hauk into the paint, kicks back to Bilbray top of the key. Bilbray down the right side of the paint on Banks. Fades, kicks, Browder, left corner, 3-ball, measures it off the side of the backboard. Fry and McDuffie collide going for the rebound. It's a foul on Fry. First on Fry, 7th on the Eagles, 1-1 for Zion McDuffie, 75 feet the other way for Catawba to shoot free throws. Zion McDuffie having a quality junior season at the line, 70% at the stripe for a career 60% free throw shooter. He's 19 of 27 at the stripe this season. Make it 20 of 28 as he calmly buries the first to put Catawba up 2. 25-23 with 3:38 to go in the first half. Second one from McDuffie. Rattles out front side. Houck with a box out on Daniel to grab the rebound, and the Eagles bring it left to right down by a pair. Browder between the rings. Defended by Simpson. Takes it over to the left wing and into the left corner. Browder backs down McDuffie. Spins left. Stumbles. Keeps his feet. Sends it out to Bilbray right wing. He tries a triple. That's short. Long rebound in the right corner. Fry can't get there in time, and it's out of bounds. Back to Catawba. Eagles 2 for 11 from beyond the arc. Rylan Houck is the only guy to make a shot from range, and he's 2 for 2. Rest of the team 0 for 9. Catawba by a pair, 25-23 with 3:12 to play in the first half. Indians front court. Daniel in the right corner. Finds McDuffie in the high post. Twists out to Carson Daniel left wing. Bounce back to McDuffie left block. Squares up on Fry. Gets it right corner for Chase Daniel. Right baseline drive. Back to McDuffie cutting to the cup for a right-hand lay-in. 27-23. Catawba has answered with a 6-0 run to get up by 4. Eagles on the offensive end. Fry took it in for a right-hand dunk. Couldn't flush it clean. Wanted the foul call. Indians the rebound and running. Simpson, flyby, right wing 3. Front of the 10, no good. Browder taps the rebound out of bounds into the right corner. Not off of Browder, pardon me. It's off of Banks. And it's Carson-Newman's ball. Already had the under 4 media. Ronnie Dukes hollered out. Media or what? Already had that. It's Carson-Newman ball. 27-23, 5-0 Catawba run to get up by 4 after Carson-Newman took the lead for the first time today off a 6-0 run. Into the high post for Illick. Bilbray forces a pass. It's turnover number 6 for the Eagles. Catawba brings it the other way. Daniel, free throw line. Leaps, passes Simpson left corner. Out to the left wing, McDuffie. McDuffie back out to Simpson. Left corner, open look from deep. Front of the 10, no good. Browder tips the rebound to himself, but his outlet pass is deflected and stolen. Left wing Simpson, flyby, 3. Toilet bowls out. Browder had the rebound in his hands, but it was punched out by Banks. Simpson's missed a couple of wide open threes off of flybys. Hasn't been able to make Carson-Newman pay like he was in the meeting in Holt. He's 0 of 6 from beyond the arc. Catawba unable to take advantage thus far of a 2.5-minute Eagles scoring drought and extend the lead further. 27-23, Browder left corner. He tries a triple and strokes it. 7 for Jack Browder, first player other than Rylan Houck to make one from deep for the Eagles. Carson-Newman's down 1 with 95 seconds left in the first half. Indians with it on the offensive end. McDuffie at the left elbow. Bounce feed inside for Lindsey. Back to McDuffie, head of the key. For Banks for a right wing 3. Banks back of the 10, no good. Offensive rebound, Lindsey twists in and hits a contorting layup over top of Browder. Browder fortunate he didn't pick up his 3rd foul. 3-point lead for the Indians, 29-26 with 70 seconds left in the first half. Eagles front court. Bilbray, head of the key, drives right side of the paint, step back, right elbow, 15-footer, bends off left side. Illick tapped the rebound out of bounds into Catawba's bench. And the Indians will have it with a 3-point lead. Neither team really able to take heavy advantage of the other's scoring lulls in this game. Catawba has led by as many as 6. Carson-Newman had a 1-point lead briefly. The Indians have the ball on the offensive end. Lindsey, left baseline. Out to the top of the key for Carson Daniel, around to Chase right wing. Back to Carson left point. Back to Chase right point. He tries a triple and connects. Catawba's second make from deep on the day. Chase Daniel has his 8th of the season, and Catawba has matched its biggest lead at 6, 32-26 with 30 seconds left in the first half. The Eagles onto the offensive end. Illick, right wing with the basketball. 2 left-hand dribbles to the top of the key. Back out to Houck right point. 6-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Fry twirls around, lost the handle on it to Banks. Banks is off and running. He wants the right-hand flush, and he has it. 8-point lead for the Indians, 34-26 with 6 seconds left in the first half. Eagles can get off one final shot. Bilbray hustles front court for Houck, left corner. Catch 3, short. And that is how the first half comes to a close. Catawba finishes the frame on a 7-0 run in the final 68 seconds. Carson-Newman had been fairly ball secure, but the Eagles turn it over 3 times in the final 2 minutes, and that helps guide Catawba on a 7-0 run to close the first half. When the Eagles took care of the basketball, this was an even half. When they didn't, Catawba built a 6-point lead early while the Eagles turned it over 5 times in 4 minutes. Carson-Newman comes back, takes the lead, then turns it over 3 times in the final 2 minutes of the half, and that leads to a Catawba 7-0 run. And that is the difference at the halftime break, with the Indians leading 34-26. Catawba outscores Carson-Newman 12-3 over the final 4 minutes and 20 seconds of the first half. Eagle Shop halftime report headed your way when we come back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
AEC is a distributor of Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and under warranty to not leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-term temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position, and the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment drain. AEC, empowering efficiency.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the Eagle Shop halftime report in 60 seconds. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
It's halftime on the Eagle Sports Network. Highlights, a check of the Eagle Shop scoreboard, and stats are headed your way.
Fry takes it away from him. Fry runs the middle of the lane and throws it down with the right hand.
Now let's head back to the arena. Here's the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Right back courtside at Goodman Arena, where Carson-Newman trails 34-26 to the Catawba College Catawba Indians. Carson-Newman will look to rally on the road for a second consecutive game when trailing at the half. This one was fairly tight for the majority of the first half until the final 2 minutes when 3 turnovers bit Carson-Newman pretty heavily. Catawba rattled off a 7-0 run as a consequence. And the Indians take their biggest lead of the day into the halftime locker room at 34-26. Been fairly tight outside of that, and certainly a defensive-minded contest. 36% shooting for the Eagles, 37% shooting for the Indians. Catawba has a singular rebound advantage over Carson-Newman, and a lot of what plagued the Eagles in the loss in Holt Fieldhouse back on January 3rd is not present in this game, save for to a lesser degree, turnovers, and that's in part. In the meeting in Holt, Carson-Newman had 19, but Catawba had 15, and that really wasn't where the balance of the game was found. It was more on the offensive glass. In this one, Carson-Newman has 8 turnovers, which is actually below average to the good from where the Eagles have played the Indians these last 5 times. But on the flip of that, Catawba's been very ball secure. Just 2 turnovers for the Indians, and Carson-Newman does not have a steal. Catawba, 4 points off turnovers to none for the Eagles. Second chance points are even in this one. And at the end of the day, this margin comes down to the fact that Catawba has had 7 more shots than Carson-Newman. Those little extra possessions adding up, and it's not much. It's not much in the grand scheme of things in this game. But those little extra possessions adding up to Catawba's favor at the halftime break, and it really comes down to the final 2 minutes in that first half. This thing was even, but Catawba does outscore Carson-Newman either 7-0 or 12-3 over the final 4 minutes and change of the period. But the final 4 minutes of the first half definitely a difference maker in Catawba's favor. Eagles got a 6-0 run to take a lead for a moment, but Catawba immediately grabbed it back with that little burst. Ryland Houck paces Carson-Newman with 8 points. Jack Browder has 7 and 4 rebounds, while Chase Daniel leads Catawba with 9. Nobody else has more than 5 for the Indians. We'll take you around the rest of the league. Sack scoreboard with everybody playing on a Friday when we come back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
A check of the Sack scoreboard is next. Stick around on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
The Eagle Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
Halftime at Goodman Arena, where Catawba holds a 34-26 lead on Carson-Newman. Eagles looking to halt a 5-game losing streak to the Indians, but Catawba closes the first half on a 7-0 run. Earlier today, Carson-Newman's women ensured they would remain in a tie for first place in the SAC standings with a 101-73 win over Catawba. First time an opponent has hit the century mark against the Indians in Goodman Arena since February of 1988. Jen Sullivan goes for 28. Women's team shoots 58% from the field after halftime and 54% from the game. Carly Hayworth, a career-high 18. Maddie Knuckles had 16 and 6. And Sybil Pinland into double figures for the first time in her career with 10 points and 8 rebounds in a resounding 101-73 win over the Indians. The question is, how many teams will the Lady Eagles be tied with? And it is at least, well, it can only be 3. And it will be Coker, who defeated Tusculum earlier today by 40. And it appears Lenore Ryan in that 3-way tie. Bears are up 71-63 on Lincoln Memorial with 15 seconds left in overtime. Aaliyah L. tied the game to force overtime with 24 seconds left for the Bears. On the men's side, there are a couple of late games today. Well, 3 to be exact. ENH tips at Anderson at 5. LMU at Lenore Ryan. Going to be later than 5 with the women's game still ongoing. And UVA Wise is at Wingate at 6 p.m. 2 other games actively going on at the half. Tusculum has a 45-35 lead on the road at Coker. The Pioneers have 9 points from Bryce Jackson, while Mars Hill has opened up a 19-8 lead on Newberry with 12:33 to go in the first half. Lions a 4 of 10 start from beyond the arc. Keenan Wilkins has 11 points to lead all scorers in the early going of that one. He's outscored Newberry by his lonesome. Second half action heads your way when we come back. Carson-Newman and Catawba. Eagles down by 8 at the break. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Sabarijos, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Sabarijos is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner in the Health Sciences Building. Sabarijos features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Goes top of the key. Pull up 3 on the way. Got it. Charlie Clark dialing long distance with impunity.
On the Eagles Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
Every day brings new challenges, and those challenges look different for everyone. But no matter what each day looks like, your local energy co-op is here to power every moment. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the field, AEC is committed to bringing you safe, affordable, and reliable power to get you through the day. We are your local electric co-op, and we are here for you. AEC, empowering every day.
Halftime coming to a close at Goodman Arena, where Catawba has a 34-26 lead on Carson-Newman thanks to a 7-0 run to close the first half. Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, they are your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. Before we get the second half started, let's pause 10 seconds so that our stations may identify themselves across the Eagle Sports Network. Adam Cavalier, happy to have you courtside here at Goodman Arena. 34-26, Catawba leads it as the halftime break comes to a close. Happy to have a roving trio in the studio keeping us on the air. Jay Adams, Skip Roberts, and Isaiah Gerard all pulling duty today on the boards to keep this broadcast cooking over the airwaves of the Eagle Sports Network. Catawba ball out of the break. Simpson right of the paint, gets it to Banks around to the left wing for Carson Daniel. Left baseline, Athey rotates and flips it to Simpson left wing, 10 to shoot. Simpson bounces for Athey, overplay by Fry, tips it out of bounds into Catawba's bench. It stays with the Indians. The Carson Daniel inbounding with his team up by 8, looking to extend the 7-0 run spanning the halftime break. Gets it into Banks, who gives back to Daniel. Daniel cuts to the free throw line, zips to his twin brother Chase for a right wing triple. Barely draws iron. Houck, long rebound in the left corner for the Eagles. Carson-Newman front court. Bilbray, top of the key. Yo-yo's inside on Athey. Pumps, lays, strong. Fry an offensive rebound, but it's taken out of his hands by Daniel. And the Indians bring it left to right ahead by 8. Athey, top of the key. Goes to Simpson right wing, left around an Athey screen, back to Athey right wing. Athey, crossover dribble on Fry. No look, Banks head of the key. He tries a straight on 3. It's long rebound grabbed by Daniel at the free throw line. Second chance for the Indians. Carson Daniel left wing, drives on Houck, zips it right baseline Athey. Extra pass for Chase right wing. He takes a long 2 and swishes it. 9-0 run for the Indians spanning the halftime break. The Indians are up 10. 36-26, their biggest lead with 18:37 to play in the second half. Eagles front court. Houck left baseline to the left block, fades, can't hit with the right hand from 6 feet out. Simpson grabs the miss, and the Indians bring it left to right. Daniel, head of the key. Flips it to Simpson, left around a Banks screen to the wing, back to Banks left point. Banks 2 right-hand dribbles, gives off to Chase Daniel. He tries a right wing 3, and he drills it. 12-0 run for the Indians spanning the halftime break. They're up by 13, 39-26 at the 18-minute mark in the second half. Ever since Carson-Newman took that 23-22 lead, Catawba has outscored the Eagles 17-3. Eagles looking for an answer point here. Illick at the top of the key, taken away from him by Banks. Bounces it ahead to Simpson. Simpson to the rim, blows the right-handed layup. Illick grabs the miss, and the Eagles bring it right to left, looking for a bucket. Bilbray over the timeline, center court. Takes it down the left side of the lane, stops left block. He's stripped from behind. That's stolen by Carson Daniel. Ahead to Chase, who runs the middle of the lane and finger rolls it home. Timeout, Chuck Benson. 14-0 run for the Indians to get up by 15. 41-26 with 17:23 to go in the second half. Chuck Benson trying to get Carson-Newman settled. See how the Eagles respond out of this timeout. Indians score the final 7 of the first half, the first 7 of the second half. It's a 14-0 run spanning the halftime break, and they're up 15 on the Eagle Sports Network.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Sabarijos, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Sabarijos is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner in the Health Sciences Building. Sabarijos features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Catawba is in the middle of a 14-0 run or a 19-3 run, depending on how you want to look at it. Eagles just 3 points in the last roughly 7 minutes of game action. Catawba scored the final 7 of the first half, the first 7 of the second half. The Eagles looking to get things settled. Down by 15. Houck in the left corner tries the left wing three. It's off the mark. Daniel grabs the rebound. And the Indians bring it left to right. Carson Daniel off to Banks at the left elbow. Banks spins inside on Bilbray. Off balance leaner is rejected by Illick. Banks winds up back with it on the right baseline. Second chance, a Simpson triple. He rattles that one in. 17-0 run for the Indians to get up by 18 with 16:42 to play in the second half. Eagles onto the offensive end. Houck for Fry at the left point. Off to Browder left wing. Back inside to Fry. Flips it to Illick, cutting left of the paint. His shot tickles Twine. Braden Illick stops the run at 17-0. 16-point lead for the Indians, 44-28, with 16-17 to go in the second half. Catawba onto the offensive end. Banks left wing, tries a triple. He swishes that one. Indians have the hot hand early to start the second half. 3 of 5 from beyond the arc after a first half in which they were 2 for 12 from deep. Eagles the other way. Houck passes out to Bill Bray on the right wing. Eagles down by 19. Bill Bray, left of the lane, stops, drop step, right hand flip. Missed it long. Whistle, foul, battling for the rebound. It's on Catawba's Carson Daniel, his first. The first on the Indians. Brings us to a break in the action. 15:40 to play in the second half. Catawba 47, Carson-Newman 28. Indians have outscored the Eagles 20-2 over the last 7 minutes of game action. We're back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
15:40 to go in the second half. Catawba has a 47-28 lead on Carson-Newman. Indians have outscored the Eagles 20-2 over the last 7 minutes of game action. InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services. InterDigital, they are laser-focused on your success. Ivoris Uosis goes to work inside and scores a right-hand scoop off the glass. Uosis has 4 points, and the Eagles are down 17. 47-30 with 15:24 to play in the second half. Catawba the hot hand after halftime, 5 of 9 from the field. A 20-2 run for the Indians, spanning the halftime breakers, 17-0. to build the 19-point lead, depending on how you want to look at it. Simpson, long two from the right point, rattles off left side into Hauk's arms, and the Eagles bring it right to left. Bilbray left corner, open look from deep. Bilbray takes it and makes it. 5 quick points for Carson-Newman. Matt Bilbray has 7. Eagles are down 14, 47-33 with 14:50 to play in the second half. Indians onto the offensive end. Affey off to Daniel in the right corner. Flips it to the left point for Justin Banks. Back to Daniel for a 3. It glances off the right iron. Fry's there for the rebound, and Browder pushes tempo up the right sideline. Browder attacks Daniel. Gets to the right block. Lost the handle on it. Got it back. Browder's layup rattles off left side. Hauk mistimed his jump. Thought it was only going to bounce once on the rim, and Carson Daniel collects his second rebound as a consequence. Chase Daniel in the middle of the lane. He's got a career-high 16. Pivots out. Gets it to twin brother Carson, top of the key. Carson down the left side of the lane. Gets around Hauk and finishes with the left hand from the left side. Carson Daniel with 6. The lead 16 for Catawba. 49-33, 6 minutes into the second half. Eagles move the basketball from right to left. Fry at the head of the key. Gets it to Bilbray right wing. Bilbray off to Uosis left point. Finds Hauk left wing. Back up top to Fry. Fry. One right-hand dribble feeds Bilbray right wing. He pump fakes a 3. Skip into left corner. Hauk an open look from deep. Hauk left it long. Carson Daniel the rebound and sprinting front court for the Indians, ahead by 16. Daniel off to Affey left wing. Catawba pumps the brakes in the front court, shooting 50% from the field after halftime and 3 of 6 from deep. Daniel twirls into the lane, kicks it out to twin brother Carson across the timeline off a tip by Hauk. Carson right around a bank screen to the head of the key. Swings it to Chase right wing. Chase Daniel through the middle of the paint. Off balance. Doesn't lay it up. Instead passes to a cutting Affey right baseline. And he finishes on the run from the right block. Ibra Affey with 6 points. 51-33. Catawba by 18 with 12:55 to play in the second half. Eagles onto the offensive end. Bilbray left baseline. Guarded by Daniel tightly. Bilbray fades from the left block, rattles out, no good. Daniel grabs the rebound, and the Indians bring it left to right. Daniel into the front court left wing, team ahead by 18. Daniel, right hand dribbles, sends it to Chase Daniel right wing, right around a bank screen. Fights to the basket, zips it left short corner. Affey's jumper is pure from 17. Ibra Affey has the mid-range game going today. He has 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Catawba is up 20 for the first time tonight. 53-33, 12-10 to play in the second half. Eagles haven't scored in 2 minutes and change. Hauk to the basket. Off the cut. Fry feeds him, and Hauk lays it in. That stops a 6-0 Catawba run. It's Carson-Newman, its first points in 2.5 minutes. They're down 18. 53-35 with 11:50 to play in the second half. Indians onto the offensive end. Carson Daniel with it between the rings. Daniel right around a Simpson screen. 2 passes over to Chase in the right corner. Leaps and hits Banks left corner. 5 to shoot. Banks into the lane. Teardrop missed off the front of the 10. A whistle. And a foul on Ivers Uosis. It's on Ivers. That is softer contact than it has typically been called today, and it is the first on Uosis, the first on the Eagles in the second half. 11:34 to play in the second half. Catawba 53, Carson-Newman 35. A 17-0 run spanning the halftime break, the difference maker for the Indians. Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider, providing Jefferson City with ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband. Let them serve you. Visit trilite.net. Back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
11:34 to go in the second half. Catawba 53, Carson-Newman 35. Indians looking to extend a win streak over Carson-Newman to 6 consecutive games. Both these teams have won back-to-back. Both looking for a 30-game win streak overall. And Justin Banks is at the line to shoot 2 free throws with an opportunity to put the Indians back on top by 20. That would match the largest lead of the day for Catawba. Banks connects on the first. Carson-Newman has not been credited for a block today, but the Eagles have definitely blocked 2 shots. But no steals on the day. Not a lot of chaos caused by Carson-Newman, but they have controlled Catawba on the offensive glass. Less so on the turnovers. More on margin day. Eagles have 10. That's respectable against Catawba's pressure, but they've only forced 2. Banks goes 2 for 2. It's a 55-35 lead for the Indians with 11:34 to play in the second half. Brown, Uosis, Browder, Botson, Houck on the floor for Carson-Newman. Browder's fouled as it's brought across the timeline by Zion McDuffie. It's the second on McDuffie, second on the Indians. First Bank is the official bank of Carson-Newman Athletics and the only place you can get a Carson-Newman Eagles debit card. Stop by any First Bank location to get your Carson-Newman debit card and show your Eagles pride. Brown down the left side of the lane all the way to the hole. He finger rolls it in off glass. First points for Colin Brown. Eagles down 18, 55-37 with 11:13 to go in the second half. Indians with the ball front court. Tucker, top of the key, dribble handoff for Sean Long, right wing. He tries a triple. Halfway down and out it rattles. Rylan Houck seizes his 4th rebound on the left block, and the Eagles bring it right to left. Houck on the right baseline, spins on McDuffie, toilet bowls it up and in off the window. 12 for Rylan Houck. He paces Carson-Newman, and now the Indians turn it over on the inbounds. 16-point game, 55-39. 10:47 to play in the second half. That's Catawba's first turnover of the second half, and their 3rd of the game. They have been very ball secure in this one for a team that averages nearly 14 a game, midway in the league in that regard. Brown, right corner. Into the lane he goes. Brown swoops it up with the left hand. No, but Brown was fouled by McDuffie. That's a 3rd personal on McDuffie. A 3rd team foul on the Indians, and 2 free throws for Colin Brown, who is a fascinating case study of the mental aspect of shooting free throws. He started the season making the first 12 foul shots he shot, and since then, 4 of 21 at the charity stripe. Certainly has the stroke. The southpaw sends it up and in. All strings for Colin Brown. Eagles down 15, 55-40. Little 5-0 burst for Carson-Newman. One more free throw for Colin Brown. Flips the second one up, and he's 2 of 2. 6-0 run for Carson-Newman. Eagles are within 14, 55-41 with 10:35 to play in the second half. Indians onto the offensive end. Tucker, left wing. Loops it inside for Le'Veon Lindsay. Turns, right-hand hook. Got that one to go over Browder. Lindsay has 4 points. That stops the 6-0 Eagle run and puts the Indians ahead by 16. Eagles front court. Uosis cuts left baseline and finishes with the right hand from the right side, drawing contact with Lindsay. Uosis has 6 points. Eagles back within 14. 57-43 at the 10-minute mark of the second half. Indians with the ball front court. Affey, right wing with the rock. Botts defends him. Affey, 2 left-hand dribbles, crosses over to his right, moseys into the paint. High pass grab by Long in the right corner, and he's out of bounds as he lands. Ball back to the Eagles off of Catawba's 4th turnover. Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact men's basketball alumnus Taylor Hawkins at cneagles.com/modernwoodman to help secure your family's financial future. Eagles with the ball front court. Browder at the head of the key, down the left side of the lane, takes it in with the left hand and is fouled on the floor. Foul is on Lindsey. That's his first, team's fourth. Browder does not get the continuation on the shot attempt. Houck will inbound from the left baseline. Houck triggers into Browder on the perimeter left wing, sends it to Bott's right wing. Bott's out to Uosis, head of the key. Ivris pass deflected out of bounds, nearly into our laps here on press row. But it was stopped, and it's Eagle ball with 13 to shoot. Houck gets it into Uosis, left point extended, back to Houck, left wing. 9 and 8. Houck hands off Brown, top of the key. Brown twirls around on Lindsey, gets to the cup. Left-hand leaner is too strong, but I got a whistle and a foul on the drive on Solomon Tucker. It's his first, the team's fifth. Question is, where did the foul come? I didn't see Tucker make contact with Brown, but it is a shooting foul. I thought Tucker might have fouled somebody on the box out going for the rebound, but it is a shooting foul. And Brown misfires long off the heel. One more free throw for Colin Brown. Chance to pull the Eagles within 13 after trailing by 20. It's not on Tucker. That makes more sense. It is on Lindsey, his second. Regardless, it is the team's fifth. Brown eyes the basket. His second one is halfway down and out over the front side of the rim. An 0 of 2 trip. Tucker grabs the miss, and the Indians bring it left to right, ahead by 14. They've made 4 of their last 5 shots from the field. Lindsey loops it over to Tucker, right wing, down inside to Daniel. Bounce feed left corner for Affey. Affey twirls baseline, back out to the corner, left side for Daniel. Carson Daniel bounces Affey. Long 2, he swirls it in. Ibra Affey has made his living from the mid-range today. He's the second Indian into double figures with 10 on 5 of 7 shooting. Catawba's lead is back to 16, 59-43 with 8:35 to go in the second half. Uosis bounces to Houck, left corner. Baseline drive for Houck all the way to the cup. He finishes with the right hand. 14 for Rylan Houck. That's the deficit for the Eagles. An air ball on Catawba's end. Houck grabs his 5th rebound. Outlets it ahead. Was that tipped? It's out of bounds. Whose ball is it? Stick around for the Domino's postgame report for the selection of the premier player of the game. Excellence doesn't happen by accident. The premier team delivers service with pride. It was not tipped. It's a turnover in the third of the half, 11th of the day for the Eagles. Down 14 with 8:12 to go in the second. Here's a right corner 3, short for Lindsey. Uosis the rebound. Uosis in transition. Stops his dribble, sends it out right wing, Caden Botts. Botts works inside on Affey, curls out right corner, picks up his dribble, and sends it to Houck, right wing. Houck works inside on Lindsey, twirls to the right block. His layup is off the mark, backboard and nothing else. Carson Daniel the rebound, and the Indians running. Simpson a right wing 3. It's off the mark, right iron. Brown grabs the miss in the middle of the lane for the Eagles. Carson-Newman down 14 with 7:38 to go in the second half. Brown, right wing, picked up his dribble, pivoting around. He's harassed by Tucker. Gets it to Uosis in the right corner. Out to Browder, and a whistle and a foul away from the ball on Caden Botts. It's his second, team's second. He shoves Carson Daniel inside the paint, and that brings us to a break in the action. 7:26 to play in the second half. Catawba 59, Carson-Newman 45. Eagles have made 5 of their last 6 shots. They've taken what was a 20-point deficit and pulled it down to 14, looking to continue the run when we get back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
7:26 to play in the second half. Catawba 59-45 lead on Carson-Newman. Indians used a 17-0 run spanning the halftime break to get up by as many as 20 in this one. Eagles trying to make a run into it. Cut it to 14 with 7:14 to go in the second half. Catawba's got the ball on their offensive end. Banks right baseline, backs down Browder, got stripped from behind by Brown, but it stays with Catawba. Daniel twirls inside, kick out left wing. Simpson measures a three. It's off the underside of the backboard. Brown the rebound for the Eagles. Brown races front court. Brown leaps and it's Browder left wing. He measures a three ball. It's on line, but long off the right iron. Banks grabs the miss, and the Indians bring it from left to right, ahead by 14 with 6:40 to go in the second half. Banks, right of the paint, gets it out top of the key around to Daniel left wing. Daniel stripped going inside, bounces off of Botts' hands and out of bounds, and stays with Catawba. Indians haven't scored in 2 minutes, but the Eagles really haven't been able to take full advantage of Catawba's scoring swoon. They have got it down to 14. But no closer. Banks inside. Runs into Rylan Houck on the right block. And gets 2 free throws after the second personal on Houck. And the third team foul on the Eagles. So 2 free throws for Justin Banks, who's 2 for 2. On the day. Banks 85% at the stripe. Rare miss for him off to the left of the rim. Just the 8th free throw he has missed this season. Neither team has scored in 2 minutes. Prime opportunity for the Eagles to make some inroads into the deficit, but they've come up empty. There's an 0 for 2 trip for Banks. His 8th and 9th missed free throws of the season. Lead holds at 14 for the Indians with 6:23 to go. Browder into the right corner. Botts tries a triple. He left that one short. Chase Daniel has his 9th rebound in the middle of the lane. That matches a career high. And the Indians bring it front court. Daniel, a career high for points, a career high for boards. And the Indians are onto the offensive end looking to extend a 14-point lead. They do. Athey takes it inside and lays it in from the left block. First points for either team in more than 2.5 minutes. 61-45, Catawba by 16 with 5:52 to play in the second half. Eagles front court and turn it over. Dribble handoff between Iris Uosis and Colin Brown mishandled on the left wing, and it goes out of bounds for the Eagles' 13th turnover of the day. Carson-Newman hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. Botts exits. Bilbray enters. So you got Browder, Bilbray, Brown, Houck, and Uosis on the floor for Carson-Newman. You got a whistle and an offensive foul away from the ball as Catawba got it front court. Charge it to Simpson. His first, team 6th. Browder will inbound. Gets it into Colin Brown. Brown drives the left side of the lane and gets fouled taking it to the rack. Charge this to whom? To Chase Daniel. It's his second. Team 7th. Eagles shooting free throws the rest of the way. Carson-Newman Would love to score with the clock stopped as frequently as possible. Down by 16 and haven't scored in nearly 3 minutes. Brown, southpaw, rattles in the first free throw. 3 for 5 at the line on the day for Colin Brown. More free throw for Brown. Bends the knees. Second one's on the way. 2 is true. He's made as many free throws today, 4, as he has in the last 6 weeks of basketball. Pulls the Eagles within 14 with Carson-Newman's first points in nearly 3 minutes. 61-47 Catawba with 5:20 to play in the second half. On the other end, Simpson misfires a left elbow jumper. Houck and Affey tussle for the rebound, and Houck called for a discard. His third. Team's fourth. They gave it to Jack. There's no way that was on Jack. That was a square tie between Houck and Affey. All right. Pardon me. That's Browder's third. Near turnover on the other end. It's out of bounds off of Bilbray's hands. Carson-Newman did have possession, they rule, so the shot clock resets all the way to 20. Catawba hasn't sent their inbound guy to take the ball out. And now there's Daniel to trigger from the right baseline. Gets it into Simpson in the right corner, slips it Banks for a right wing three. Banks nails it. Justin Banks connects on his second of the day. Indians back up 17, 64-47 at the 5-minute mark in the second half. Eagles with it front court. Browder, head of the key, loops it to Illick left point. Back to Browder, whistle and a foul on the dribble handoff. 1-and-1 for Jack Browder. It's Chase Daniels' third. Team's eighth. And a chance for Jack to score with the clock stopped. Browder with just 7 points on the day. He's 2 of 7 from the field. Catawba's done a nice job preventing him from getting shots today, the league's leading scorer. This is the front end of the 1-and-1 long off the heel. He's 16 below his average. Came in at 23.1. 7 on the day for Browder. He's also in single digits against Lees McCray, although that one the Eagles won. Banks, right elbow, misfires the 15-footer. Brown grabs the rebound. Jack would tell you, too, he would gladly be in single digits if Carson-Newman could come back and win this game. He takes a feed off Colin Brown on the right block and lays it in. 9 points for Jack Browder. Eagles down 15 with 4:20 to play in the second half. Indians onto the offensive end. Lindsey out to Banks at the top of the key. Pass into the corner deflected out by Colin Brown, and it stays with Catawba. Both teams shooting 40% from the field, but Catawba's gotten up 13 more shots than Carson-Newman. In this case, it has been thanks to Catawba's careful control of the ball. Just 5 turnovers. Eagles with 13. Catawba only a 6-4 advantage in points off turnovers, but the extra possessions adding up. 5 to shoot. Banks, right wing, 3-2, fades over top of Illick, missed it off the front of the 10. Houck punches the rebound to Colin Brown, and the Eagles bring it right to left. Bilbray, right wing handles, defended by Carson Daniel. Eagles down by 15. Browder, head of the key, north-south down the right side of the paint, right-hand hook, Browder connects. Browder is into double digits with 11, his 81st career game on the plus side of 10. 64-51, Eagles down 13 with 3:30 to go in the second half. Indians onto the offensive end. Got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. Jack Browder tied up with Carson Daniel. And Browder has been charged with his 4th, the team's 5th. Shot clock resets to 20. Indian ball when we come back. 3:24 to play in the second half, Catawba 64, Carson-Newman 51. That 17-0 run for the Indians spanning the halftime break looming large in this one. We're back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
My favorite thing about my community? The safety, the reliability, the people. We rely on each other, and we rely on local electric co-op. It's not just about electricity. It's about empowering community, empowering moments, empowering safety, empowering togetherness, empowering knowledge. That's why when I need something, I rely on my co-op. I trust my co-op because the co-op is us. We are the co-op. AEC, member-owned and service-driven.
3:24 to go in the second half. Catawba 64. Carson-Newman 51. Indians have led by as many as 20, and that came on the heels of a 17-0 run spanning the halftime break. Carson-Newman fighting back, trying to get closer as Lindsey goes to work inside. Extra pass out to Carson Daniel, 3 in the left corner. It's off the mark. Houck trying to run down the rebound, but he can't corral it at the timeline. It's Carson Daniel, the shooter, who grabs it. Indians go for an alley-oop, and Banks throws it down on the left block. 66-51. Indians by 15. 3:02 to play in the second half. The Eagles with it front court. Illick, head of the key. Right hand dribbles, hands off Jack Browder. Over to Brown, right wing. Shuffles it to Bill Bray in the right corner. Zips inside to Illick, right block. He fades over Banks. Toilet bowls off left side into Lindsey's arms for his third board. And the Indians bring it left to right. 66-51, Catawba by 15. Unbeaten at home this season and winners of 9 straight home games. Lindsey, right baseline, 15-footer, airballed it. Looked for contact, didn't come from Ryland Houck. Brown the rebound. Eagles running front court. Brown's pass to Browder off the mark. Lindsey's cherry picking. He runs to the rim and lays it in off the feed from Carson Daniel. 17-point Catawba lead, 68-51 with 2:08 to play in the second half. Eagles bring it right to left. Illick, right elbow, fires inside Brown. Extra pass, left corner. Houck tries a triple and connects. Career high 3 threes for Ryland Houck. He's got 17 points. Eagles down 14. Indians the other way. Browder blocks Athey driving right baseline. It's out of bounds and to Carson-Newman off of Athey. 68-54. Eagles down 14 with 109 seconds left. Bill Bray into the paint. Gets it into the right corner. Illick tries a triple. Front of the 10 won't go down. Catawba grabs the rebound. And the Indians bring it front court, moving left to right. Athey off to Daniel, right wing. 85 seconds left. Catawba by 14. They turn it over. Daniel's pass to the right baseline, and Athey mishandled. And out of bounds for Catawba's 6th turnover. Tough to win a game when your opponent takes 15 more shots than you, and that's what Catawba has done today. Little things adding up for the Indians on volume and margin. Browder on the right block, back to the basket. Jab step, turns right, right-hand hook over Lindsey, rolls off left side. Banks grabs the rebound with 67 seconds left, and Catawba leading 68-54. Indians onto the offensive end. Daniel bounces to Athey, euros and kicks to Lindsey. Left wing 3 ball, Lindsey strings it in. Lavion Lindsey makes just his 7th 3 of the season for the 19% shooter. And the Indians are up by 17. 71-54 with 47 seconds left in the second half. Eagles with it on the offensive end. Browder in the left corner. Right-hand dribble, spins left to the block. His shot erased out of bounds by Banks. And it stays with Carson-Newman. Houck to inbound left baseline. Finds Brown in the left corner. Left baseline teardrop off the mark from 15. Houck tips the rebound to himself, goes in and gets the roll with the right hand. He's got 19 points to lead all scores. It's a 15-point game. The shot clock is off, and Catawba can dribble out the final moments in this contest en route to a 10th consecutive home win and a 6th in a row over Carson-Newman. Eagles fall by double digits to the Indians for a 5th consecutive contest. Final score is Rob Perrin and Chuck Benson shake hands. It's Catawba 71 and Carson-Newman 56. Indians improved to 14-4 and 9-3 in sack play, while Carson-Newman falls 10-8 and 5-7 in league action. Carson-Newman did a lot of the things that it struggled to do in the meeting in Holt right today. They took better care of the ball, were on their average for turnovers. They kept Catawba on the off the offensive glass, but at the end of the day, Catawba took such good care of the ball that ends up being a massive difference maker for the Indians. Just 6 turnovers for Catawba, no steals for the Eagles, and that 17-0 run spanning the halftime break, the big difference maker for the Indians in a 71-56 win over Carson-Newman. This one was in favor of the Eagles, save for that 4-minute window. The final 2 minutes of the first half, the first 2 minutes of the second half. That is ultimately what undoes Carson-Newman in this contest in a 71-56 win for the Indians over the Eagles. Domino's postgame report headed your way when we come back after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Grab a slice. Our coverage of CN Hoops continues with the Domino's postgame report on the Eagles Sports Network.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's postgame report on the Eagles Sports Network.
Bring it backdoor long. Dyer throws it down with 2 hands.
Your stats breakdown. A conversation with Chuck Benson, presented by Modern Woodman Financial Planning, plus the selection of the AEC Electrifying Play and the premier building maintenance player of the game are all headed your way. Today's game is also brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By Fresh Ideas, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Premier Building Maintenance, delivering service with pride. By Trilite, dream big with Gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family-owned and operated coffee fueling the Burt Tarr Stadium Press Box. And by the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Let's head back to the arena and the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Carson-Newman falls on the road to the Catawba College Catawba Indians. Final score from Goodman Arena, it is Catawba 71 and Carson-Newman 56. The Indians remain unbeaten at home this year. It's a 10th consecutive home win for Rob Perrin's crew. That is among the top 15 longest active home win streaks in the country, so it is a tough place to come in and win. Indians have now won 3 consecutive games overall, and now 6 straight over Carson-Newman. But the Eagles in this one, in falling to 10-8 and 5-7 in league play, did some things that they haven't done in the previous losses to Catawba. One, didn't turn it over as much. Eagles were on their average for turnovers, and it's the first time in this 6-game streak against the Indians where the Eagles have had fewer than 18 turnovers against Catawba. And secondarily, Catawba absolutely mashed Carson-Newman on the glass in the meeting inside of Holt Fieldhouse back on January 3rd. Indians were the first team in a decade and a half to get 50 boards on Carson-Newman. Rebounding today was even. The Eagles held the Indians to half of their typical offensive rebounding output as the league's best offensive rebounding team. And so that wasn't won the day for Catawba in this game. But at the end of the day, Catawba, a team that plays off the margins, and it is the margins that indeed impact this one. And the margins this time were created by Catawba's careful control of the ball. Indians only had 6 turnovers. They were +9 in the turnover margin. Outscored the Eagles 10-14 in points off turnovers. And those 12 more shots that the Indians took, in spite of both teams shooting around 40% in this one, if you're even in that case, you're even from 3 and you're even from the line, getting off more shots is going to win the day. And that's what Catawba did in this one, just winning it purely on shot volume over Carson-Newman. And that comes with, at least for Carson-Newman's case, a horrific stretch spanning the halftime break where the Indians rattled off a 17-0 run. To put that into context, over the last, we've been tracking runs since 2016. Carson-Newman has only given up a 17-0 run in the last decade 3 times. Against Lander on New Year's Eve in 2022, against, who was it earlier this year? It happened earlier this year, an 18-0 run against Lenore Rhine. And now against Catawba here. So that 4-minute stretch, the final 2 minutes of the first half, the first 2 minutes of the second half, where Catawba rattled off 17 straight in the blink of an eye, that was absolutely the difference maker. Otherwise, over the other 36 minutes of this game, fairly even, played fairly equal. But that little swoon for Carson-Newman coupled by an absolute blitzkrieg for Catawba, what ends up being the difference maker in this contest, adding up to Catawba staying unbeaten at home for a 10th consecutive game. So, again, no shame in losing to Catawba here in Goodman Arena. This is a tough place to come in and win. But disappointing to see how it happened with things being so tight for the other 36 minutes and then so vastly apart for that 4-minute stretch. Catawba did get a career night out of Chase Daniel, career high 16 points. He matched a career high with 9 rebounds. Justin Banks followed suit with 14, and Eber Athey had 12. 10 of those came on mid-range jumpers, the type of shots that Carson-Newman would prefer that teams make, but Athey made them at a high level. Jordan Simpson, who paced the Indians with 26 in the meeting in Jefferson City 20 days ago, he only had 7, and he was 2 of 13 from the field and 1 of 9 from beyond the arc. For Carson-Newman, Rylan Hauk leads the Eagles in scoring. First time that Jack Browder has not led Carson-Newman in scoring in 15 games. You got to go back to opening weekend and the Lees McCray game for somebody other than Jack to lead Carson-Newman in scoring. But Rylan had 19 points and 7 rebounds on an efficient night, 8 of 15 from the field and 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. Browder was the only other Eagle in double digits. The Sacs' leading scorer had 11 points, 4 of 11 from the field, and 1 of 5 from beyond the arc, as Carson-Newman falls at Catawba by a final score of 71-56. Fifth straight win by the Indians in this series by double digits. Carson-Newman ends the day shooting an even 40% from the field, 22 of 55. Carson-Newman went 5 of 20 from beyond the arc and just 7 of 11 at the charity stripe. Not a ton of free throws for the Eagles. In a game, Catawba always plays such tight defense that you expect heavy foul calls in the neighborhood of 20 a game. Only 12 personal fouls for both these teams today. And so the Eagles 7 of 11 from the line, Indians 8 of 12. Again, everything in this one pretty much lines up evenly, except Catawba had more possessions. And those, the increase in possessions add up for a Catawba win. We'll step aside for a break. We come back, we will hear from head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. All that headed your way when we get back after these messages. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Miss out on tonight's post-game interviews? Check cneagles.com for stats, recaps, and videos from tonight's games. We close out the Domino's post-game report in 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/ Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Sabarijo's, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Sabarijo's is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner in the Health Sciences Building. Sabarijo's features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
All right, back here at Goodman Arena, where Carson-Newman falls to Catawba by a final score of 71-56 on a tight turnaround due to the snow. This game was originally scheduled for tomorrow, and in some ways Carson-Newman performed well, but didn't cause enough chaos defensively, I suppose. Played good defense. Held Catawba to 41.8% shooting. That's below their average. Hold them to 71 points. That's 10 below their average in that regard. But at the end of the day, just more possessions for the Indians add up enough to pick up a 71-56 win over Carson-Newman in this contest. So the Eagles will head back tonight ahead of the ice and snow that's supposed to hit the Lakeway area over the next 48 hours, give or take. And hopefully things are not bad enough that we are able to see basketball happen inside a Holt Fieldhouse in a rivalry game on Wednesday night when the Tusculum Pioneers come to town. But for much of this region, ice is in the forecast. Ice is not a great thing to have on the forecast, and certainly can get a lot dicier than if it's just straight up snow. So we are a touch wait and see what happens with Carson-Newman's scheduled next game. And, of course, it's supposed to be bone-chillingly cold next week. So we ask that you keep it locked on CNEagles.com to find out what is happening with the Eagles games next week against Tusculum on Wednesday. And then with Coker coming to town for a 4 o'clock tip on Saturday. And that is a busy weekend on the banks of Mossy Creek. It starts Friday at 2 p.m. as Tom Griffin's baseball team opens the doors to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. The Eagles welcome in the Charleston Golden Eagles for a series. Charleston always a contender in the Atlantic region. The Eagles coming off of a NCAA regional appearance last year in the Southeast. And so some intrigue early. We hope the series starts on Friday, but game time temperatures are at 30 degrees right now. Granted, it's a week out and a lot can change, but certainly not what you think of as baseball weather on the banks of Mossy Creek to start that weekend series. And then it's supposed to wrap up on Saturday with a doubleheader at noon. On that same day, Carson-Newman softball plays host to the Eagle Invitational, welcoming in Concord and Kentucky State for a 3-team round robin. Eagles will play the Mountain Lions and Thoroughbreds on Saturday starting at noon. Look to get in 3 games, including one between Concord and Kentucky State that day, and then that continues on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. with another 3 games between the two sides at the Vicky Kazee Hollifield Softball Complex. And, of course, all of that is surrounded by Carson-Newman basketball. We hope, again, pending weather, against Coker on Saturday, the final day in January the 31st, as the Cobras come to town for the return game. That'll be a dandy of a women's game as the Eagles and Cobras, pending the outcome of Wednesday's game against Tusculum, Carson-Newman and Coker could very easily be tied for first atop the SAC women's basketball standings And so a lot of intrigue on Holt Fieldhouse 8 days from now when a top 15 Coker team comes to town. And that presumes Carson-Newman can take care of business against Tusculum on Wednesday evening. And that should be two good games both ways. Carson-Newman's women have had a ton of success against the Pioneers of late, but had to weather some early Pioneer success in the meeting in Greenville before running away with that one. And then Carson-Newman's men's basketball games against the Pioneers, that's one where it doesn't matter what the team's records are. It is always going to be a dandy of a contest, and have no expectation that the meeting between the Eagles and Pioneers, again, we hope at 7:30 on Wednesday, would be any different when Tusculum comes to the banks of Mossy Creek. That was a fantastic performance by Carson-Newman in the meeting over in Greenville, Tennessee, all the way back in early December when the Eagles picked up a 100-73 win over the Pioneers, their largest margin of victory in the series since 2004. And now Carson-Newman will be going for its first sweep of the Pioneers when the teams play on again, can't state it enough based on the forecast for the Lakeway area over the next 48 hours. We hope that things are sound enough back on the banks of Mossy Creek that basketball can be had inside of Holt Fieldhouse here in 5 days' time for both the men and the women on Wednesday against the Tusculum Pioneers. And certainly Carson-Newman, last time the Eagles played Catawba, it jump-started a 4-game skid. Hopefully this is one that does not beat the Eagles twice. Now, granted, the other games on that 4-game skid, it's no shame in losing to Lenore-Rhine at Lenore-Rhine. Emory and Henry was very motivated when the Eagles went to the King Center to take on the Wasps to secure their first ever win over Carson-Newman. But the Eagles cannot let poor performances spiral as a consequence of a loss here to Catawba. And even in this loss, yes, it was a 15-point loss and headlined by that 17-0 Catawba run spanning the halftime break. Even though this one was a loss, the Eagles executed some things that they had looked to execute based on what happened in the meeting in Jefferson City. They tamped down Catawba's offensive rebounding. They held Catawba 10 points below their scoring average. A lot that Carson-Newman did right in this game, and I'm very intrigued to see what Chuck Benson has to say after he finishes in the locker room with Carson-Newman as a team. Earlier today, Carson-Newman's women collected a 101-73 win over the Catawba College Catawba Indians. First time that Catawba's women's basketball team had given up 100 at home since February of 1988. And Catawba's women hadn't lost by more than 25 at home since 2019. Eagles were also the last team to do that. Had a 28-point night from Jen Sullivan, and highly efficient from Jen as well, with 11 of 18 shooting and 5 of 11 from beyond the arc. Maddie Knuckles did Maddie Knuckles things with 16 points and 6 rebounds. And then a couple of career nights. Carly Hayworth resets her career high for a third time this season. 18 points for her off the bench in 16 minutes. She was 5 of 6 from beyond the arc and made the first 5 threes that she took. And then Sybil Pinland, for the first time in her career, the freshman scores in double figures, 5 of 7 from the field, and had 8 rebounds to boot, just 2 boards away from her first career double-double as well. It spoiled Mary Spry's 29-point night for the Indians, and Carson-Newman's women's basketball team remains in first place in the SAC standings and a tie for first place in the SAC standings. The Eagles are tied with Coker, who beat Tusculum earlier today 95-55, and it is Lenore-Rhine who stays level. Three-way tie for first. The Bears beat LMU, who was also tied for first. Aaliyah L. hit a layup with 24 seconds left to force overtime, and then it took LMU 6 shot attempts before they made their first shot in the second half. And the Bears were able to win that one running away 69-63 in overtime. Or pardon me, 71-63 in overtime, outscoring Lincoln Memorial 11-3 in the overtime session. Camille Collier had 20 points for the Rail Splitters. Lexi Patty 18 for LMU, while Aaliyah L. had 21, and Abigail Brown 19 and 10 rebounds. Defensive war of attrition in that one, 31% shooting for the Rail Splitters, 37% shooting for the Lenore-Rhine Bears. On the men's side, Carson-Newman's next opponent, the Tusculum Pioneers, prevail at Coker. Final score in that one, 89-75. The Pioneers trailed by 9 at the midpoint of the first half, but led by as many as 19. And that comes with a plus 12 margin on the glass, a plus 6 margin in the turnover battle, and the Pioneers scored off of all but 2 of 15 Coker turnovers to flip that game on its head and win 89-75. Bryce Jackson went for 20 points. All 5 starters for the Pioneers finished in double figures. TJ Printup and Jordan Atia both had 14, while Amari Allen had 15 for Tusculum. So the Pioneers will enter Holt Fieldhouse off of a win. Jordan Vejbach and Pidrag Panasic both had 18 for the Cobras. They were a combined 8 of 14 from beyond the arc, but nobody else had more than 8. And Coker definitely having to figure some stuff out. They did not have Isaiah Owens today. He is out, we've been told, for the rest of the year. And Aaron Hall only had 4 points in 15 minutes for the Cobras as Tusculum prevails 89-75 in that contest. Over at Eliezer Arena, Newberry is playing host to Mars Hill. The Lions led 43-37 at the halftime break. Mars Hill was up by as many as 18 in the first half. But what a second half it has been for Newberry. The Wolves have outscored the Lions 23-2 to start the second half. Just one made basket in 9 minutes and 5 seconds of second half basketball for the Lions. And overall a 34-7 run for the Wolves over Mars Hill at Eliezer Arena. Drake Downs a double-double with 23 points and 11 rebounds. Makai Rivers has 17 points for the Wolves, while Wilkins leads all Mars Hill scores with 19 points. He's 5 of 10 from the field and 4 of 9 from beyond the arc. So Newberry, absolutely marvelous turn of events for the Wolves after they trailed 29-11 at the midpoint of the first half. Since that moment, they have outscored Mars Hill 49-17. Those were the early 2 games on the docket today on the side of men's basketball. NH at Anderson tipped off at 5. LMU at Lenore-Rhine tipped off at 5. And UVA Wise at Wingate just underway from Cuddy Arena. Over at Anderson, the Trojans have started the second half in a defensive battle with Emory and Henry. Anderson up 27-22 on the Wasps. Neither team has scored in 2.5 minutes in that game. Both teams are shooting below 36% from the field. The Trojans are at 36%, and E&H is at 29%. Osmar Garcia Arroyo has 11 to lead Anderson in scoring, and then nobody for either team has more than 6. So it is a defensive battle over at the Abney Center between Anderson and Emory and Henry. Another good one, Lenore-Rhyne playing host to Lincoln Memorial, and with 3:04 left in the first half, Lenore-Rhyne has a 34-28 lead on the Rail Splitters. The Bears are shooting 48% from the field. They've gotten to the line a ton, 10 of 15 from the free throw stripe, while Lincoln Memorial has gotten 9 points from Girard. Final game on the docket is just underway, and UVA Wise has a 2-0 lead on Wingate with 18:46 to play in the first half. Cam Roberts has the only points in that one for the Highland Cavaliers. Here on the Domino's postgame report, I'm Adam Cavalier alongside head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck fall today to Catawba 71-56 in a game where you wanted to impact offensive rebounding. You did that. You wanted fewer turnovers. You did that from your team, and yet Catawba still wins this game largely on margin. Sum up what happened today in a tough place to play in Goodman Arena where Catawba's won 10 straight.
First of all, Kev, let me tell you, I'm sorry I made you wait. I forgot about you. I'm being as transparent as I can be. Forgive me. How I forgot about you, I can't explain this.
Your sins are forgiven.
Thank you. Yeah. We were having a really, really beneficial conversation as a team, and I just lost the plot, as they say. But like you said, I was forgiven. Speaking about the game, first of all, Catawba's a really, really good team. They've gone not had a blemish here at home this year. They are an NCAA tournament team. There's no question about that. There were some very specific objectives we had this game, internal objectives that we met basically. And you mentioned it. I thought we rebounded the ball. I thought we took better care of the ball than we have in the last couple of years playing them. Clearly, in this game, style makes fight, and they play on the opposite end of the spectrum than we do. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it wasn't enough. I thought we had some guys that got better today. We had some guys that responded to what we were looking for, an aggressive confidence. And I saw that from some guys. We got to build on it. I think this is our last trip to the Carolinas.
There's a good question.
Ben Marshall, Ben L.R.
Are you talking explicitly north? Because you do have Anderson and Newberry coming.
North.
If you're going south.
North.
Yeah,
North.
Done to the old North State.
North. So, I think this was a good game for us going into the second half of conference play. And I think between the game and the lessons and the takeaways, hopefully we can build on it as we go into next week's home game with Tusculum.
Ivers Uosis, 17 big minutes, 6 rebounds. Colin Brown ran the point at a heavier level day and had a career-high 5 rebounds. What did you see from your bench in this one?
Well, you mentioned Ivers, freshman. He can rebound the basketball. You mentioned Colin, freshman. When you're a freshman in this conference at the point, you're going to be under direct fire. And I loved his poise. I love his competitiveness. Always have loved that. But he was very aggressive on both ends of the court. And even Botts. Botts played 9 minutes. Again, a freshman. Those guys played big minutes, I think, at Newberry as well. Right? We played our only freshman off the bench, I believe, at Newberry. Yeah. So, those guys have got to get experience, and I wish there was maybe a more player-friendly way to get it. But ultimately, they've got to get it, and I thought this kind of experience helps them all improve. So we may not see the kind of improvement you want tomorrow. It may be next week, next month, next season. Who knows? But I think we'll see improvement from these kind of experiences early in a career.
Again, referring back to the first meeting on January 3rd, Jordan Simpson went off for 26. Yeah. He was 2 of 13 and only had 7. But on the flip of that, Chase Daniel goes for a career high 16, career high 9 rebounds. Some guys that hadn't scored heavily did today in the form of Chase. Was that a byproduct of a focus on Simpson?
We were really intentional about trying to make sure that Simpson was impacted. I thought Bill Bray, I thought Colin, I thought some guys did a good job doing that. He was very inefficient at 1 for 9 from 3. They had some other guys that stepped up and made some shots. I thought that our shot contestment was inconsistent, and that can never be inconsistent. That some of our ball screen coverages were exploited. But again, we went into this thing with some really specific goals and objectives, and we met some of those on that end of the floor especially. But kudos to them. I mean, they're a good team. They've got veteran players. When you look at the Daniel brothers, I think I'm right when I say this. They won 3 or 4 state titles coming out of high school here in North Carolina, which is a massive accomplishment. They're winners. They do winning things. They function in such a way that they figure out solutions to problems in game. And then you throw the other veterans. Athey's been here. Banks has been here. This has got to be the 8th or 9th year he's been here. Solomon Tucker, McDuffie, Jay Sean Hawkins. They got a lot of veteran guys that know how to play and have won a lot. So, I thought we did a good job on some specific guys, but then we sort of came up short in some other areas.
Really, at the end of the day, from a scoring perspective, this game comes down to a 4-minute stretch. Final 2 minutes of the first half, the first 2 minutes of the second half, and it was a 17-0 explosion in that stretch favoring Catawba.
Yeah.
Outside of the other 36 minutes, fairly even, probably favor Carson-Newman at the end of the day mathematically. What happened between the –
I think it was 28-26. The Daniels got a little drive kick action going. And then they capitalized with a 3. So that gets it to 5. And then we had that just horrific turnover there that led to an explosive dunk, a walk-off dunk. So they just got the little quick 5-0 burst and then came out the second half and did something similar. They have that kind of capacity. But ultimately, we had a hard time putting the ball in the basket consistently. And some of that is, I'll put this in context for you. Jack Browder's a pretty good scorer. He was a very inconsistent scorer when he was early in his career. Nick Brennigan, the same thing. John Zhao, the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you've got 3 true freshmen off the bench today, and you got Rylan Hauk, who I think this is his 3rd straight double-digit scoring game.
Yep. First time he's done that in his career.
Yeah, and ultimately, even though he's not a first-year guy here, he had not really played in college before he got here much, so he's evolving. I think in this particular game we struggled, but there are other games ahead of us where I'm hoping these experiences will give us more confidence and more just a better understanding that there's more to this game. There's more ways to win this game than just putting the ball in the basket. Ultimately, you got to do that for sure, but you can still do other things on the floor, defensively, rebounding, playing, and scramble. Offensively, there's some things we can do to give ourselves a better chance other than just making it all about shot making.
We hope there's basketball Wednesday evening in Holt Fieldhouse. Remains to be seen with the weather coming in over the next 48 hours. So check seeandeagles.com to see what's actually happening, if things are on as scheduled. But if they are, you play Tusculum on Wednesday night.
Okay, let's put this out there. First of all, I don't care what Al Roker thinks. There's a guy I know that gets this forecasting thing right 99.9% of the times.
And that is?
His name's Mike Mincy. Basketball coach / weather forecaster. He claims, and he appears to be right,
whole lot
that
of
this was a whole bunch of nothing. And that
said it in the office on Tuesday.
Yeah, he says it's a bunch of hogwash. We're all going to spend a lot of money and make a run on Walmart and Food City and go crazy, and it's going to be nothing. I believe it now. I'm not listening to Roker. I'm not listening to I'm listening to Mincy. So we'll be playing on time as scheduled come Wednesday.
It's against Tusculum. rivalry game.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what the records are.
Correct.
For that game. It's going to be a dandy.
Yep.
What do you have to do to improve upon some nice steps, some nice process-oriented stuff today with the Pioneers looming on Wednesday?
Well, yeah, I mean, the second time around, you got a better feel for everything. And so our guys will have a better feel based on our first experience with Tusculum in Greenville. We'll have a little extra break this weekend. That'll be good for our guys. It's late January, and an extra day of rest can really pay dividends as we sort of go into February. So we'll try to capitalize on that. As a staff, we'll still plan properly. But we've got to. I've really not paid any attention to them other than just seeing the records and their outcomes. I've not been paying attention to what kind of adjustments they've made, but I'm assuming that they, like all teams, have probably tweaked a few things as it's gone. We've got to put our eyes on that tomorrow. But we'll have a plan in place, and we'll go into next week enjoying the fact that we get a 2-game homestand in the friendly confines of Holt, and I'll have a lot of excitement because, as you know, like you said, like it is a rivalry game, and I think our guys will be excited to compete in that kind of environment.
We do need to issue, before we go, to issue a correction and a retraction from our interview at Mars Hill. You said your wife went out and bought a generator. I have learned that is false. Your wife went out and purchased a propane heater for the house, not a generator. So I think it's an important note that you need to learn your...
Thank you, Kev. I've already been chastised off air about this. And fair enough. I mean, I was wrong. How can I say it? I was wrong. I still stand firm on my earlier statement that probably like your wife, we have enough quilts, blankets. I know she got one thing at Christmas that looks like a polar bear pelt that I'm sure would suffice. But if it makes her sleep better at night knowing we have a heater, then I will be better in my home.
Chuck, as I said earlier, your sins are forgiven.
Thank you, my friend.
That's how we're going to close. Chuck Benson, Adam Cavalier. Carson-Newman Falls at Catawba, 71-56. Join us from Holt Fieldhouse Wednesday, 5:30 tip for the women, 7:30 tip for the men. Airtime at 5:15 from inside of Holt. For Skip Roberts, back inside of Network Control, my counterpart for the women's game, Andrew Rogers. I'm Adam Cavalier. Once again, the final score from Goodman Gym, Catawba 71, Carson-Newman 56. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
You've been listening to the Domino's Post-Game Report on the Eagle Sports Network. Today's game has been brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By Fresh Ideas, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Premier Building Maintenance, delivering service with pride. By Trilite, dream big with gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family-owned and operated, coffee fueling the Burke Tar Stadium Press Box. And by the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. The executive producer of the Eagle Sports Network is Matt Pope. Producers Adam Cavalier, Andrew Rogers, Ian Johnson, Jay West, Brianna, she's just a girl, DeCrow, and Matt Scalzo. I'm staff announcer Ernie Anderson. A special thanks to Carson-Newman and University President Dr. Charles A. Powell. Stay tuned to these stations for information on our next presentation of Carson-Newman basketball. In the meantime, visit cneagles.com for recaps, highlights, and interviews from today's game. This is the Eagle Sports Network.